uncle, you say?
Whippo.
Uh-huh.
He was a German.
Uh-huh. And he bought the property.
W-I-P-P-O.
W-I-P-P-O. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. And he bought the Ruiz property.
Uh-huh. And that's right along the bayou there.
Right on the bayou where Thomas is.
Where did Captain Holbrook live now?
Well, now he lived in the village.
He was in the village.
In the village,
uh-huh.
And this place, of course, I suppose was abandoned property.
Was it on
after
Broadway?
the 21 storm? Yes, I believe somewhere on Broadway.
Uh-huh.
And so I suppose he just decided he could use it for that. It was a good site, and no one seemed to be around to bother him and to object. And that was before we became interested in it and realized that Uncle Johnny had owned it. Uncle Johnny, was in failing health and quite old. And when I married Frank, my husband, in 36, he told me that we wanted to find a place to get away on weekends and for summer vacations. And he had all of this property and had it. And he had a portfolio filled with tax deeds and deeds to the property. He had lost a lot of it after the crash and after the boom burst.
Mm-hmm.
And so he told us to look through and see the places that would be practical for us to, would be near Tampa that we could come to on weekends. And so we looked at Mariposa Key. He owned a great deal of that. And
Where's Mariposa Key?
It's down beyond Casey Key, I believe.
Oh, it's down near Englewood.
In the Englewood, in that area. And I can't remember all of various places, but we went different weekends. We'd take the description, and we had Doberman at the time, 2 Doberman. We'd put them in the station wagon and take off and for the weekend. So to look at these different places. So after looking at all of the others, some of them were islands that we had to get to by boat. It was difficult to find a boat at short notice to get to it. And so we decided when we saw this, that this was the most practical, the one that was nearer to Tampa and the one most easily gotten to. And there was no bridge then, and we had to come all the way through Sarasota and back down the Key. And in those days, later on, of course, we had to find out the schedule of the strafing so that we would know whether we would have to wait a couple of hours when we were coming down the Key on the other side.
Where did they strafe? This was
right where the trailer park is. Was a strafing range.
And this, of course, obviously was during World War II.
World War II, right. Mm-hmm. And that was later on, of course. But when we came down, we named it Land's End. Obviously, because it was.
Sure. Natural.
No way to get off.
Now, when you originally